By McCauley.
Yeah, we'll just start with what's your player availability going into that?
Sorry, I can't.
What's your player availability?
Yeah, we've got 100% this week. Everyone's there. Yeah. The second semi, we were missing Lee Chickas, but she's back this week, so that's a really handy inclusion for us. So yeah, pretty happy with that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say with her. Yeah, she's obviously coming back in, and what kind of advantage will that be?
Lemons is a really hard wing defence. If we need her to do a job physically, she will do that. Also, she just has an uncanny ability to intercept the ball when we need it at really vital moments, and great leadership qualities. Has been pivotal in our back line with Beck Anstey and Beck Moffat. So, yeah, it's great to have her back and just add that bit of toughness that we maybe lacked last week. So, yeah, we're looking forward to having her back.
How hungry are the girls to go back to back?
Oh, of course we're hungry. We don't play to lose, we play to win, and that's what, this sort of netball is, that's your aim. It'd be great to go back to back, but that's not really on our minds. We just want to win. That's a whole new season this season. So, it's been a really tough year for us at the club, and to win this, if we was lucky to this season, would be fantastic, and maybe the boost that we need.
I was going to say that it's obviously a little bit different this year, and maybe the lead up has it been a bit different this year than last?
Yeah, it's unfortunate we don't have the boys in with us, and we've really missed that. So we sort of had to pull it together a little bit more. But in saying that, they've been fantastic, the support we get from Rick and all the boys. So, always have the conversation with him and gives me some advice, and whether I take it or not's another thing. It's a little bit different, but they'll be there to, celebrate or commiserate, whichever way it goes with us.
With Mel's influence, obviously, what's kind of the plan to kind of curb? Obviously, even in that first game, she was such a force against you guys.
Well, we need to stop her shooting goals. That's what it's all about, isn't it? She's such a beautiful player. She's so tall and strong, and I think most probably she had the wood on Beck last time we played them, so we really need to concentrate on that. So, we've got some things planned that we've done at training just to try and stop that feed into her. And once she gets the ball, there's a pretty good chance it's going to go in the ring. So we just need to try and stop it in the mid-court. But, she's an awesome player. So anyone's going to be who plays on is going to be a really difficult task for them. So, might kick her in the shins before she goes on the court or something like that.
I was going to say, there's any plan Bs or anything that you can let us know about, or just saying with that feeding in?
Yeah, there's a plan B.
And just with training, with the week off, how have you guys kind of kept up that intensity?
We actually had a bit of a chat about this once before, haven't we? We don't train. We hardly train. We've trained the last few weeks, and we'll train on Thursday night. These girls have played together for years, so we've only trained during the final series. It'll be a light run tomorrow night with our A reserve team. We'll have a bit of a practice match and then go for a dinner. So virtually we'll follow the same plan as we did last year.
I didn't know. So you don't train, well, you haven't trained throughout the season?
No, not much, no.
Why is that?
Most of the girls play V&L. So Thursday night's recovery night for them. That's when all the other girls train. If we have a bad game, we'll come together and train at some stage. They play, the majority of them play together on a Wednesday night, V&L. So they get their training there that they need to do. We're very strategic in our conversations that we have during the week, and a lot of it's done via phone, email, and all that sort of stuff. A lot of the girls don't live up in the Sunbury area as well, so it's sort of difficult to get them all together. And most probably the same as what Mel's team does. It works, we're all really experienced, so it's worked for us so far. We won a grand final last year, and we're both into a grand final this year, so it's worked so far.
Yeah. Do you feel you're sort of, with the footballers going a few weeks ago, you're almost sort of carrying the mantle of the club, and there's a bit more responsibility in a way this time around?
Look, it's really disappointing the boys didn't get in, but they did a fantastic job. I don't think so. I don't think there's any extra responsibility on us. They're really supportive of us and want us to do the best. So, I don't think there's any extra responsibility. We just want to go out there and play and win, and that's what it's all about. That's what they expect us to do. So, a little bit of pressure there, but, we love the pressure. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, I think you've only lost one game this year, and that was to Melton.
Yeah, they killed us.
Yeah. So what does that mean heading in, that they were the only side to beat you and they did that
To
easily?
me, it's nothing. We beat them the last game. We're even this season. So, it's the first game we played them. They were fantastic, and we were poor. That's probably one of our poorest performances for the year. We take away a lot from that game, and we've sort of looked back at that and knew what changes we had to make. No excuses. They just beat us. They were the better team on the day. So, hopefully, I'd love to see a margin like it was the last game, not the first game.
And the last game into overtime is probably nearly the game of the year from any game so far.
It was a fantastic game. There's some absolutely magnificent athletes out on that court, and they all played to the best of their ability, and it was just a fantastic game to watch, fantastic game to coach as well. It's most probably I've actually had to coach a bit properly against them and do some strategic moves and everything that we sort of had to do during the season. So, it was a cracker of a game, and hopefully we can get another game like that.
Yeah, all indications are that it probably won't be much different this time around.
No, I hope so. It's great. That's what finals are all about, those close games, and make it exciting for the crowd. Not for me, because my nerves get a bit shattered by that. But that's what we hope, to give all our fans and our supporters a great game. And you come off the court after a close game, and the feeling's ecstatic. You come off the court after a 26-goal win, it's like, that was good. But the feeling for us after winning that game was fantastic. Unfortunately for Melton, they most probably went the other way that game. We want to chase that feeling again.
Yeah, and just lastly, having the week off, does that hurt? Is it a good thing? How does it affect you guys having the week off?
Same as what we did last season. We had the week off. A couple of girls a little bit older now. They needed that week off. A couple a bit sore and sorry for themselves. It was most probably a good thing for us to see us. Just a bit of body recovery. It was a pretty physical game, so they needed that recovery time. So it was good.
Yep, too easy. Best of luck for the weekend. You can go.
We'll just go on the other side of it. You guys have obviously played every week in the finals. Do you see that as a disadvantage, or is it kind of maybe helped you guys having gone through?
Oh, look, I think it's been a bit of an advantage for us, having not had our full team, really, and then even first round of finals not having our full team. And I sat here and said, yes, we got our full team, and then things didn't go our way. And in that first game, I had 2 girls pull out, and one of them actually pulled out at like 11:30 in the morning, having been throwing up all night. So it was just unlucky there. And now I sit here again and say, yep, we're going to have our full side. And I mean, Kim's probably with me, and you almost just want to turn your phone off the night before and go, don't call me, don't call me. And the players themselves are probably in the same position as would the football coaches be. So, yeah, it's been good.
Are there any concerns, anyone even fitness testing this week to come?
No, well, I certainly don't fitness test my players prior to. I don't have the luxury of the footballers where they've got probably 30 to choose from, and just to get them on the field. We're pretty much in the same boat as Kim. Like, we've had our teams. Obviously, Kim's probably had a bit more of an advantage because she's had her team more consistent than what I have. But yeah, look, it's going well. There's no one's told me of any injuries or nigglings that they've got. I mean, I myself have had ice baths the last couple of nights, so kind of bruised up a bit from the last game. But yeah.
Did you take anything from that first win? Obviously, it was one game they lost. It was nearly 20 goal win. Do you take anything from that?
Oh, look, I suppose the mentality. You take the mental perspective that you can beat them, and that there are a lot of weaknesses in the Sunbury side. And I suppose in that first game, we took advantage of those weaknesses. Some of the girls were having a bad game, and we used that as our strength rather than, just went, okay, let's play our game. No, we've identified that there's a weakness there, and we use that to maximise our goaling. And I suppose that obviously went against Kim. And then on last time we played them, which is in the finals, we actually, both teams were fit, ready to go, and both teams gave their best, and it was, and it showed at the end. We did have a bit of a lapse, and we were up by 8 goals, and we, Sunbury, to their credit, picked it back. They never once got it down, and we finished at a draw, and then we went into overtime. So, and there was a great intercept by Hayley Mackey there, and kind of just converted that goal, and then they had that little edge. I think had there been another 5 minutes, then I'd say we probably would have ended up in a draw again. But that's a game of netball, so each team gets every second centre pass.
Both teams really strong in goals. And how important is kind of that mid-court battle to just stop the supply?
Look, to both teams, I think that's where the game's going to be won or lost, in the mid-court, because both ends have strong defenders and both ends have strong attackers in the goal circle. So you've got both bookends at each end. But then you wouldn't even say that mid-court is the weakest end, because throughout the mid-court of both our team, the likes of Maddie Carter and Libby Birch and Jess Bartlett are fast, agile there. But then you've also got their mid-court as well. Like, Prue can just run all day. And then when you think you've got her beaten, she just keeps on running. She does the ultra marathon. So, mind over matter is in a marathon, and then you want to back up and run again the next day, another marathon. Credit to Prue, and that's what she does, and she's that workhorse in that middle. And then you've got Hayley that's agile and hits the circle. So I think to say that there's a weak person in either side, I think is a lie. I think we match up person on person really well.
With person, is Jacqueline Verbeek going to get the role in Sophie Gunn, or is it might move it around?
Oh, look, I think Jacqueline's got the ability that, yes, she is shorter than Sophie, but she's got an outstanding jump and reach, and she reads the play very well, so she's got that ability to put a goaler off. Yes, she can't out-jump someone like Sophie, but it's about the team working around her to support her and stopping that ball from entering that circle and giving her that little bit of an edge that she can, even if she can get a tip to it, which is often the case, that we can convert those.
What does it mean for Melton as a club, having won a netball premiership for a long time? Same with the footy, hasn't been great for quite a few years. What would it mean to win this week?
I think it would mean the same thing it does to every other team, whether you've been there last year or not. I think winning a premiership and a grand final is an outstanding achievement. It's a reflection of not only the team and the players that are playing in it, but it's the club that supports them. We can't take the court if we don't have the support of the club. Our A-grade team throughout the season has needed players from the bottom teams, and we've used that. We've brought up under 19 players. We've brought up our reserve players and had to replace those throughout. So unless you're working together as a club and you've got the grouping and the support behind you, you can't take the field. So what does it mean to win for the club? It'd be fantastic to win for the club. What does it mean as players to win? Outstanding. It's one of those things that you can put on, and you can never take away that premiership feeling, and you can never take away that I won a premiership. And your photo, and you look around the room here, and there's teams that are on the the mantelpiece, and we had a reunion of the grand final for football, and they're still coming together 20 or 30 years later or whatever it is. And I hope to be in that shoes, that we also will be going out for dinner and reminiscing on the good old days back when we could all move, and now we're in bandaged up and struggle to get out of bed every day. So it'll be good. And
it's not just the A-graders, is it? You've got quite a few teams in the grand final this weekend, so it says a fair bit about your whole netball program.
Yeah, look, we've got our under-19s. Our under-19s are quite strong, and Talia Coverdale showed that at the awards the other night. Not only did she win the MVP, but she won also the best and fairest and was a standout. She's had quite a few games that she's stepped up into our A grade. She also played the first round of finals with us. She's definitely an up-and-coming player, and the fact that she's just turned 15 is quite remarkable, and a lot of players wouldn't even know that she's 15. So, she's stepped up, and to look at her, she's got the strength, she's got the mobility, she's learnt so much, and that's our under-19 team to a T. They're all young, they're all eager to learn. A lot of the girls have gone down to help out and give them some tips and stuff. We've also got our C graders in as well, and they've got a different approach to what I suppose the A grade and under-19s do, but they've been working together as a team throughout the year and quite strong, and fingers crossed, we all finished in third position, but we've all got to the grand final day, so it's been good.
Yeah, right. And as seen before, do you guys not train much during the season either, or?
Oh, well, we don't like to go on record saying we don't train, but we I suppose have to go on record now, but we haven't had training session all year. Yeah. And we probably won't train on Thursday either. And that's through a whole range of reasons. I've got 2 of the girls that are in year 11. So Sachs, they play in VNL as well. So they're training Monday nights, they're playing Wednesday nights, they've got their own club recovery on Thursday night, some nights they're recovering on Friday, and then they're backing up to play outdoors on Saturday. They don't need to train. The level that we're playing, you don't win a premiership playing A grade by running the legs out and training. It's more about the mental. It's all about the team tactics, and it's about how you get the ball down the court and what works and what doesn't, identifying strengths and weaknesses of the opposition. It's not necessarily working out game plays, because if you can't throw and catch a ball, then you're not playing A grade. You learn those skills prior to getting there. The ability that the boys have as footballers is that you're looking, there's 18 people on the field. Now, you can't sit 18 people down around a table and talk about strategies and tactics and how you can do that, because some of them may not be, they might be the visual learners that actually have to get out there and play and kick the ball around, and that's how they learn the set plays. Whereas netballers, you can sit 8 people around a table, you can draw it up, you can talk about it, and you're done. And if it's pouring with rain, I'm not going to risk the injury of them training outside, because I don't want to train outside, so why the hell can I make somebody else? Whereas, the footballers love to run around in the mud and roll around in the mud and go home, and they're, that's not us. And I'd say Kim's probably the same, that the girls go, it's raining. But on the day when it pours rain, you play. But, yeah. I don't know.
I don't think we got that this week. That's it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Guys.
Yeah, I know. You're not meant to say that. And then you're